Hello YouTube, I'm back in again with another video. I didn't really want to do this rant video, but someone suggested one of my other rant videos is by exposing the truth 1999. Usually, I'm not the type to make rant videos towards people who haven't caused me any problems. But apparently this is a problem throughout the internet. And this Just Gooby man, more like Just Goofy, he is a scourge on Discord as well as YouTube and possibly other platforms that I'm not aware of. But what I want to address is the Discord messages and him flagging, him showing off CP to his minor fans. Because I don't want to get too much in detail, but I do feel that there are a number of people that are friends with him who I can name. Those are people like Nitso. I'm not sure about Napkin Nate. I do know Wrestling Otaku. And there are people who don't want to address the allegations that revolve around JustGooby. And although this is like his original profile picture, I am well aware that he tends to change his profile picture to cover his identity, but like as if there's really any point to it, because unless you have fans, you have people pretending to be your fans, keeping tabs of you. So it would just be a failed attempt, but they need the fans to keep them ready, to get the viewership up, to get them popular, to make some sort of income. Because I don't know if that's his only job, but I don't want to give up too much personal info. But what I'm aware is that he would dox minors. I'm not sure if he threatened. Yeah, he does this to adults too. He would threaten to dox minors whenever he doesn't have his way with them. So, and then I heard one of them, I'm not going to get, obviously I don't want to post their personal information, I don't want to give too much detail about that, but apparently one of them offed themselves because of him threatening them, and it was a girl, and there it was on the Dark Creepers YouTube channel. I suggest you guys go ahead and look him up, and exposing the truth 99 was suggesting maybe check the Destructors videos. But I decided I want to watch the Dark Creeper. I don't want to spend too much time wasting. My ability is to state my opinion and how it needs to be handled and how I feel about the situation. So I want to be honest. But I do know the Dark Creeper has his videos were fantastic. The way he did it by the order, the way he organized it, was splendid. And there's a lot of evidence to Scooby, and he's not willing to address it because he knows he's guilty. Not only that, he has a fetish for dolphins. Talking about a female dolphin, I don't want to even say it, but like, well, people, and he tries to justify claiming this is trolling, and that's an excuse. I don't buy into that because, of course, I feel that what the issue is, especially this man, I can tell you now, he's born 1989, so he's possibly like 33, 34, around that age. And he's working at a hospital at night during the night shift. So of course he's trying to be cautious. He needs that job to be cautious because who knows my comfort, and we're already there. People are already what he looks like, and there's more to it that I have to address. I feel like not only because of Wrestling Otaku, he tries to justify Lolicon. Like, are you kidding me? Even though people know it's fictional, but this is what you fantasize about. Kids that are not of legal age, even though they're animated, but that's what you think about. Because even though those characters may be fictional, you try to process it. You look at it as, oh, I'll try to get with this. Hopefully I can succeed. And maybe turn out the way I want it. And even though it's fictional, I'll try to justify saying that this is not who I am truly. It's just because the way they're drawn, because the lolicon, the characters are made to look more appealing. Either way, you're still looking at young girls, regardless how you look at it, how you try to justify it. And he has to be the most disturbing creep that I know so far. And there's a petition. And regardless how many times you try to change your name, bro, I wouldn't even consider you bro, but like you're my foe, if anything. I feel like JustGooby as well as Wrestling Taku were also responsible for like getting involved and this is also personal because it's one of my fellow subscribers. I feel like they're responsible for getting Dragon Patriot Soul's channels taken down. He's made like 2 or 3, and then he's managed to make a 4th one, which happens to be the Dragon Patriot Remix. I'm not sure if he changed the username by now, but also Craig Flanagan's also in this with this group as well. He is involved. So even though he's a smaller user on YouTube, I don't really know the whole situation. Even though I'm not really into his lifestyle, I don't know what's going on. I don't have further details, and I can't really say to give my opinion because I do know for a fact that the Soul Dragon Patriot was making videos calling him out, and he has other people after. There are other apparently. I feel like Soul Dragon Patriot may come off as being angry and emotional, but there are times where he's justified. I have to justify him because, and that's why I like about him. Not only does he have a life, he's not always going. He even says he doesn't need a YouTube channel to be relevant. It's his real life matters the most. But what I'm trying to say is, if Craig Flanagan is trying to justify what these predators do on social media, then he is the problem as well. You are basically encouraging this behavior, bro. Or not, like I said, you're my foe as well. But trying to justify by saying you're a fan, you like someone else's content, but then you try to turn a blind eye when in reality, especially what's in front of you, you got to accept it and you can't be in denial. You try to sugarcoat it as if they can get a second chance. There's no second chance for this kind of behavior because there are people out there when they know they're doing wrong, especially if it's very severe, they don't want to own up to it because they feel like when they take responsibility, or then when they try to hold themselves accountable, they don't want people to call them out on their BS, on their bullshit. Let's be real, you guys, because that's what's gonna define the character for the rest of life, and they can't live with that. So they would rather be ignorant and try to flip the switch and not try to accept it for what it is. But sometimes you have to take that route and be a man for a change, be mature, and just admit that you're wrong, especially when you've been caught, because people might not forgive you, but it'll make your life a lot more easier. Because I don't even want to mention EDP, because him being in denial is why he's going through the shit that he's talking about, where he can't be in public, can't go to fast foods. And this is not about EDP, but this is about JustGooby. Because I don't want to go off topic. I feel like I mention him way too often, but man, yeah, this man needs to be put in check. And let's be real, he has an angry crowd after him. Whether it might be in person, especially what's on the internet when this is being addressed, people need to spread awareness about this. And I'm not sure if he still has a Discord. If he does, he most likely, when people call him, he's gonna change his profile, change his name, whatever. But JustGooby, the reason why I'm not also, I know for a fact what you did was really screwed up. Definitely, you need to be held accountable. But even though what you did is far worse, by having to target one of my fellow YouTubers and framing them, having them literally lose their channels 2 or 3 times because of you calling them out and false flagging, claiming that their videos is bullying harassment when it's the complete opposite. Because on YouTube's according to YouTube, it's harassment. It's when you swear a lot and when you call out people wrong, even though the words and the reaction isn't what they want. I get that, but how is it that how does YouTube expect to people to act when they're the ones being harassed, when they're being accused, when people are there provoking them online, trying to make them look like fools? If someone tried to play me as a fool, of course I'm not going to take it easy. And I do know there was a Discord chat between the Dark Creeper and Nitso, and he kind of made a valid point. The chances are Nitso may be blackmailed by JustGooby. Who knows? That's just an assumption. But the way he was addressing, he's trying to, like, the way Nitso's addressing the situation, he's trying to wonder, like, is there really any proof? But when they explain in detail, and then they provide in proof, he says he can't like give them info. He can't be able to like answer or reconcile with them, but whether that may be the case, he could be blackmailed. But I don't even think JustGooby has that kind of power, in my opinion. But it seemed like he was trying to justify JustGooby's actions because they have the same mentality and share the same category. And I agree with what Dragon Patriot Remix says, because if you defend someone who's a complete scumbag, then you're on the same boat as them. There's no way to justify it, because like, we need more people, and that's the sad thing. You have a lot of these young saps, these naive folk, these naive viewers who have no idea that defends people just enables the behavior. That, if anything, that encourages them to perpetrate these actions. And what I'm trying to say is, the more people we have that are against this kind of behavior, the chances you're helping the community, you're helping yourself and the community, like, make it easier, and then a lot of people will be in the winning situation. They'll be on the winning side besides being on the predator side, because you don't want to be in the predator side, because the less people we have on the predator side, the chances of you winning are a lot more higher. And if you guys know what I mean, what I'm trying to say is that there's more people that are against people like JustGooby, especially the majority, but the people that just divide are the minority. So I would rather be with the majority than the minority, because not only is it immoral behavior, nobody has sympathy, because this could ruin a person's future, a child to be exact. And this will scar them. Some people say, oh, at least they're alive, they made it out, and they can get therapy. Therapy is enough because they still have it jogged in their memory. And the threats that JustGooby is getting is justified, and certainly needs to be in jail, as well as the other people. I even said this before. If you try to side with somebody like this, you deserve your face on the mugshot. No second chance, because I even said myself, I don't even believe, especially this generation, I don't believe people should get a second chance, because the reason why they ask for a second chance, they want the easy way out. They try to lie to your face, claim that they're going to get help, they're going to try to improve themselves, when it's just a way for you to, it's just a way for them to persuade you into being nice to them, into actually giving them faith, or having faith in them. There's no way I'm going to have faith in someone who shows no improvement. And there's a saying, actions speak louder than words. You got to provide actions first before you can tell me that. I would rather you tell me first and then show me as well. Show me that you're making improvements and that you're trying to change, and that you are willing to redeem yourself. Because if you don't, because you can say that you're getting help, you can say that, and especially you can promise me that you're doing all these things to rehabilitate yourself, and try to gain the people's trust, You gotta always provide action, because what you say is just complete bullshit, and I don't consider it. I don't even consider even agreeing with you. I don't agree with you until I see for myself, because that's the only way I know you're telling the truth. But if you say you're going through this procedure and you're trying to manage to reevaluate yourself and restart your life and restart, that you may see that in your perspective, you may be getting the results, but if we don't see the improvements, then we have every right to believe that you're lying. Because because in reality, in my point of view, it feels like you want to say this, you want to tell us that, but you're scared to show it. You're scared to show the improvements because you know what? Because we can actually find out for ourselves, and we can read down the line. We can read right across the lines that you have something to hide, and that you're lying to our face, because a person that's willing to be honest and be real with us would be willing to show that they're taking these steps to move forward and make the right adjustments. So if he says he's getting help, whatever, I'm not going to buy it until I see it for myself and for everyone else. And to prove that, then you have the other YouTubers that will show video footage that he's taking proper measures, but not either way, it wouldn't count because of all the things he's done in the past. And there's no redeeming qualities for JustGooby, because he's shown that the only way, like if you catch him in the act, then he feels like that's the only way he can change and try to convince people. But I'm not going to be persuaded by nonchalant BS, because to me it just seems like nonsense. You tell him you're getting help, but you have nothing to show for it. Overall, I'm going to give a shout out to Exposing the Truth 1999, The Dark Creeper, Destructor, as well as Dragon Patriot Remix. I appreciate the guys who recommended me to do this rant video, even though I wasn't really fond of doing it. I wasn't really into it. But either way, you guys are helping me provide content overall. But last thing you guys gotta do, I mentioned this in all my rant videos, whether it be my custom duel videos, Yu-Gi-Oh videos, be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe, and wait for further content. Till I'm around, see you next time.